Alright, so I'm live streaming right now. I figured I want to touch base with you guys. Let me see here. You're probably seeing my video here in the corner. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. It's because I was set up for my gaming and I forgot to turn it off. If I can do it here. No, that's it. You're going to have to stick with me for now with a little image in the corner. Just let me set my camera a bit here better. Alright, so I'm just going to go and move my chat up here so I can see it a bit better. Come on. Alright. So, hello everybody. Welcome to my domain. Everything's like wants to glitch so bad. I don't know why my screen wants to go upwards. Alright, so anyway, I'm here. Welcome to Urb-X-Tv, guys. This is my first video vlog for Urb-X-Tv, and I thought it was something that I should do to kind of reach out to all you guys out there, especially my 14 subscribers, which may not seem to be much, but I'm going to say it's growing, and I hope that. Oh, Jesus! Bloopers. My chair just fucking broke on me. I just want to see it here. Oh, there it is. Anyway, there's like a time loop, so I'm able to see what's going on. So, yeah, welcome to Urb-X-Tv, guys. Like, it's like 11:30 right now, and I'm a little tired because I had a really rough week. And kind of wanted to, show you, tell you what's going on. Friday, I met up with a fellow explorer. His name is Vince. I met him on this website, and he took me to a location, a church, and we went and checked out a couple of other places. If you've been watching my videos, it's actually on there. And he wanted to go check out another location. Let me just bring this down a little bit more because I just lost it there. He wanted to go check out another location. It was a psychiatric ward that's still being used, but part of it was not being used. So he's like, I want to go check it out. So what I did was, I always like to prepare in advance if I'm going to a location that I have other locations that I can check out in case I get I fail. It doesn't work out. So the location that we were going to was on the way to Ontario. Now it's not in the heart of Ontario like downtown Toronto or somewhere near Toronto. It was about a 2.5 hour drive from Montreal to this location, and what I did was I planned another spot that we ended up going, which wasn't that far from Montreal. I'll say it was probably about maybe not even a half an hour, and it was an abandoned retirement home. And now this place is due for demolition, and I got this leak from somebody on the website that I follow, and I figured, okay, we're going to check this out if he was interested, and he was. So we went there and checked it out, and then I have the video here. So I'm in the process of editing this as well for this week. I don't know when it's going to be ready because I'm still kind of a little bit burnt out, because what happened ended up was we ended up going to this first location, Okay, my camera wants to be a little bitchy here. So we ended up going to the first location. Like my t-shirt, by the way? It's Darth Vader. Yeah. And it was extremely humid. Like, it was so humid outside, like I couldn't even wear my glasses. There was fog everywhere, and I have a tendency to perspirate a little bit more than normal people, but maybe I think it was a lot to do with the fact it was very humid. And in the video I was like watching some of the clips, and I'm like just drenching in sweat, just drenching, just like droplets falling off my nose. But in the end, we ended up filmed that location, and it was kind of cool. And then we left, and then we had about about a 2.5 hour drive from there. Now, because Vince kind of scared me with his stories of how he drives and speeds and stuff like that, I was like, you know what, dude, I'm going to drive. So I ended up driving there, and we get to the location, and he's like, okay, but I need a few minutes to get in. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, the door is not open. And I'm like, seriously, dude. So I don't normally do that kind of thing because that is technically illegal. But nevertheless, I was there, and I figured, well, why not just do it while I'm there? And he was trying to pick the lock to the door at this place. Now, we had to walk up through the secure area, and then there's a security truck or car that, well, in the end it was a security truck because we got busted. I'm standing there, and I should have been recording the whole thing, but I was just so fucking paranoid that I didn't record anything because I was looking out for the security guy or security. And like within seconds, like I was telling him, I'm like, dude, I think, you know, I have a feeling that there's security is going to come soon. And he wasn't having any luck with the door because he was told that, you know, a certain way of picking the door would open it up, and it wasn't working. And lo and behold, this pickup truck comes around a corner, which is the security guard, and the road was kind of blocked with these cement and some chains, so he couldn't really go up to where we were, but he kind of stopped there, and he was watching us from what I could figure. So Vince just, you know, jumps over the gate or the kind of railing that was there that led up, because it was a like a wheelchair ramp, and I just walked nonchalantly down the ramp, which kind of like a Z, and he still didn't get out of the truck. He was still looking at us, so I was just assuming that he was calling the police. So we walked out of there. We didn't get caught, thank God, and I don't think I'll ever do that again. That's not what I do. I go to abandoned places. If it's open, it's open. I don't go to places where I try to break in and entering, because that's against the law. So please forgive me, guys. This is not what I do. And it was just a fucking shitty day, because as I was driving to Ontario, we got hit by this like huge storm. Like, I was driving, there was no rain, but the sky was lighting up with lightning bolts everywhere. And then as we got closer to our location, it just started to pour. And then we get there, there was no rain, but it was all wet. But coming back, it was an absolute nightmare, because well, first, because it was a fail, Vince says, well, you know, is there any other places that we can go? And I said, well, there is a couple places in Ottawa, which was another hour away. And we're like, okay, we're gonna try. So I was exhausted from driving, so I let him drive, and within like minutes, the guy was scaring the fucking shit out of me. And it was just pouring. Like, it was raining so hard that you couldn't see with the windshield wipers going as fast as it could, and he was getting nervous, so we had to pull over and try and wait. And I said, okay, you know what, I'm gonna drive, because I'm a little bit more careful, and from what he's telling me, he's like, I can't help but speed up, and I drive like crazy, and I wanted to make it home alive. And the worst thing is this, it's not my vehicle, first time driving it, and his tires are bald, so there's no traction, and we were hydrofoiling almost all the way home. Yeah, because we decided not to go to Ottawa, so I drove all the ways back, and that's like almost 6 hours of continuous driving. And we showed up back in Montreal City at like I think it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it was the sun was coming up, and I stopped the car right near his house. He woke up, he slept the whole way, and I was like, okay dude, I was going to sleep in my car because I had a sleeping bag and everything in my van, because I have a van, all seats go on the floor, perfect place to snooze. But I was so wired from being scared shitless and the lack of sleep. I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to get in my car, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to drive, and that's it. I'm like, fuck this shit. I want to get into my bed, I want to sleep, I want to relax. So that's what happened, and I was like, good thing that I ended up getting some video footage of the abandoned retirement home, but other than that, that's all I could get. So there's a lot more places that I have on my list. Like just today, we went to this place called the Forge. Now it's not your typical abandoned, abandoned location that's creepy and whatnot. Because for me, doing exploration is not just about that. It's also about going and visiting places that have some history to them. And we went today. I had to go get my kids from the in-laws, and we figured, well, you know what, we're just going to go and do a little adventure that's safe and fun. So that video is also going to be up on the Urb-X-Tv channel. I figured I'd like to share it with you guys. I do have a channel for my personal vlogs, my family vlogs, and I was thinking about putting it there, but it is urban exploration. It's a little bit about a history, and I'm also kind of plugging the location too. So if you are from Quebec and you're watching this, or you plan on coming to Quebec and you want a place to go visit, this would be a cool place to go. It's free to visit, and it's not that bad. You'll see in the video once I post it up after I get the one I did Friday just past Friday, done and up for you guys. So that was my experience this week. I don't want to ever go through that again, and I will never do that again. So I live and learn, and urban exploration shouldn't be about that kind of stuff. It should be, I don't know what to say, because I kind of was disappointed in myself in what happened, because it wasn't what I was expecting. But it happened, and like I said, I learned. So next time I'm going to make sure that these places that I go to are, open for visitations, even though that most of the time, 99% of the time, you are entering on private property. We all know that risk, but I'd rather get a fine or a ticket than be prosecuted in a court for breaking an entry, because that's not what Urb-X-Tv is all about. So on my part, I apologize for that, but we move on, and there's plenty more locations. The only problem is here in Quebec that the sooner a place becomes abandoned, the quicker they go down and become either some sort of housing complex or whatnot. Now the thing was about the retirement home, I thought that it was going to be converted into a housing area, because it is going to be bulldozed. It's supposed to be taken down this year. I don't know when. But Vince did a little research, and the cool thing is that they're not going to be putting condos and housing in this area. They're actually going to make it I don't know if it's going to be like a historical site, but they're going to just keep it green. They're just going to get rid of it, and they're going to leave nature take over, and that's it. So, which is kind of cool. I rather that, you know, because the problem I see, like not just Quebec in general, because Quebec is a province, and I'm not talking about Quebec City, but the big problem I see in Montreal is, which is a city within Quebec, there are condos upon condos upon condos upon condos being built. Everything's being demolished, and condos are going in its place. And the thing is, there's two problems with that. It's removing low-income residents who cannot pay for these high-end expensive condos, and they're being pushed out of these areas. And secondly, they're just just all you see is buildings. They're kind of replacing all of these sections that have some historic value with these new modern homes that I don't know where they're getting the residents from that are going to buy these condos. A lot of them are not being filled. Some of them are. So I don't know. I guess, you know, businesses or companies have money that they are willing to dish out and build these huge structures, and in some way expect that they're going to be filled. So, you know, that's the sad part of it. But the way I also have to look at it too is that, you know, if you're in a rural area, or especially like a busy section like a city, these buildings that are abandoned, eventually in time they have to be replaced by something. They're not being used, they're being, you know, they're just decrepit and falling apart, and sometimes can be a danger hazard to everybody. Then I understand that it has to be taken care of, replaced, and you know, used for something else. Which also brings up a situation that just happened a few weeks ago too. There is this factory, I'll call it. It's a mill of some sort that in one of my videos I wanted to go and visit, but I couldn't get in. I got through the fence, but there was no way for me to get into the place because it was completely sealed up. Now I know that the structure of the building is not that great. It is a very dangerous place to go into, and I've seen a few people go in there, and I would say that these were the few lucky ones, or some of the lucky ones that got the chance to go in there and experience it. But a 15-year-old kid with some of his friends got into the place and probably was there at night and didn't see it, and fell through a hole about 5 meters or so, and broke a few bones, and had to be taken out by fire department, and the police got involved. And now it seems that this place is going to be even under stricter surveillance by the police, which now can make it even 100% or 100% more difficult to get into this place. So I don't know if it's worth to try to get in. So that place is finished. So I just want to kind of bring that up too. So I've kind of overexhausted my funds for this month because I did a lot of traveling. Going to places that just didn't pan out, and places that did pan out, but nevertheless I have a budget that I kind of overexceeded. And because right now I'm not working, so I kind of have a little budget that my wife provides me. Yes, I know it's a shitty deal, but right now I am waiting for a job that hopefully will help fund me a little bit, get me out of debt, I got involved in urban exploration because I got tired of just being at home and doing nothing. Well, not doing nothing. I mean, say I do my share around here, but I was getting involved with YouTube a lot, doing the gaming thing, and I just got tired of sitting in front of a computer all day playing video games. Even though I like playing video games, it just, to me, it wasn't being creative. You know, moving around, just sitting in front of a computer wasn't what I liked. I really hate this image in the corner, sorry. So that's what got me into urban exploration. I wanted to free my mind. I wanted to, you know, do something exciting and a bit of a rush, and urban exploring for me does that. Like, I'm even willing to accept the fact that there are moments where I will get caught, where I will get busted, but I want to limit myself as much as possible. But I'm willing to take the risk, but I don't want to do stupid things like I did Friday, and it won't happen again. And that's it. And there was a few locations that I wanted to go to that are either already torn down. There was a place that just got burnt down a couple of, actually, I think it was Friday or Thursday last week, the day before I went to Ontario. There was a place that I wanted to go to that got burnt down. So that place is gone. There was a couple of places that I went to visit. They're under construction. There's security up the wazoo. So I'm gonna say, you know, shit is happening. But I've got this huge list that I use Google Maps for. I have it synced to my phone so that wherever I go, I always have my list. Plus, you know, I use the website on my phone as well, of the Urban Explorers website that I use, and I'm constantly looking for other websites too as well. That's it. So yeah, my funding's low, so I'm gonna be, I got like these 2 videos that I'm gonna be putting out within the week, and that's going to be it until another couple of weeks. Now, one of my buddies that is in the Canadian Army right now, he's up in Calgary doing training because he's training to go to Nicaragua, Nigeria, or something like that. I can't, somewhere in Africa. Sorry if I said that wrong. He was supposed to take me last week, Wednesday, to his base for a tour, and he kind of brought up that there could be a possibility that he could take me on a helicopter ride. Now, he said he was allowed to take one civilian with him, and he said he couldn't guarantee, but he would try. But at the last moment, when we were planning to go on the Wednesday, he got a phone call from his supervisor that says that he had to go, and he told me that being in the Canadian Army can sometimes be unpredictable, so he had to cancel at the last minute, which is fine. I don't really mind that. He's doing me a huge favor, and besides, the guy you know, helps protect our country as well, and I'm not going to push it on him and make him feel like he has to do it. Just the fact that he's willing to do it, I'm all for it. I got 2 watchers. Well, probably one of them is me, and I don't know who the other person is. But I'm just talking about what's going on with Urb-X-Tv here. You can get to watch the live stream afterwards. And if you're wondering why there's 2 images, well, you'll find that out. And yeah, so there's a lot of videos that are going to come out. Hopefully, you know, every month. I'm trying to at least minimize at least to 2 videos every month. And if you want to help support my channel, because I don't make any money on YouTube, YouTube, to be honest, is a wonderful tool, okay, for that allows us to use videos to create our content and post them up here for free. But because they changed all of the platform, they pretty much fucked it up for all of us creators. Alright, and hey there, Courtney. Hey, surprised to see you on here. Thanks for checking out my video, my live stream. I'm just shooting the shit here. Yeah, I'm just talking about how YouTube has fucked everything up for us creators here. And if you want to help support my content, I have a Patreon page that I've set up so that any pledges can go to help pay for the expenses that it gets involved with doing these type of things. Now, I just bought a few pieces of equipment. I bought myself another mini tripod. This one is a nice one. It's all made in aluminum. It's got a nice lock release here. And if you're interested in what I use for a camera, if you're interested, thank you. If you're interested in what I'm using, I'm just using a simple Canon camera. It's a small handheld digital HD camera, and it actually works not bad. The only problem is that you need proper lighting. So one of my biggest problems that I was having was lighting. And I was shopping everywhere around here, and I got really fed up because none of the electronic stores, even the specifically related to video, had anything within my budget, or anything at all for that matter. So, and the worst thing is like if I go to like Best Buy or the Source here in Canada is what we have. You can't buy these things at the store. You have to go to their website and buy it online, which is stupid. So I followed this guy on YouTube who was reviewing lights of all kinds, and I came across one that he reviewed that was kind of like in my budget. And there's this cool store called H&B, which I think is located in New Jersey, but they have a few other stores. And I bought this light. Excuse me, I have a bit of an asthma problem, so you might hear me coughing a bit. So this light, I saw something similar like this at the store that I was checking out. Now it could have been a little bit more heavy dutier than this one, but it was going for $250. I was like, whoa, no way, no thank you, am I gonna buy that. So through the guy on YouTube, this one was like $55, but when I went on to the website, because it's Canadian, US Canada exchange, it was like $57. Amazing, into my budget. And because it has a few simple features, it has a battery indicator here. If I just press the button, it tells you, and it has a cool dimmer, but it's actually very bright. So look, this thing goes like super bright. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. I'll show you what I was using for my explorations. If I could find it, you would actually laugh your ass off. This is my bag, by the way. This is what I carry around. I make sure that it's nice and pink so that the cops can see me, or security. But this is what I was using. This was like something I bought at the dollar store for like maybe $2 or $3, and this did not justify anything. So I bought this, and I bought the new tripod because I bought one on Amazon for like, it was to me it seemed, oh okay, perfect, it was cheap and whatnot. I paid $17 for it. When I received it, it was a piece of junk. So I bought that, and I bought a flash bar, or flash bracket, right here. Now right here is the gimbal that came with the light. Now I can attach my tripod on here, my camera, and my light, and I have an amazing setup. So actually, just let me hook it together here. What's going on? Okay. So you kind of see my setup that I have. It's a very simple, cheap setup. You don't have to go out and buy like a $6,000 camera for recording anything, because you got to realize in the end it's going to be going on the web. Okay, YouTube's system is going to end up converting everything, and you're spending all that money for what? So that you can look like a professional. Unless you're doing like high-end photography, yes, you need a good camera. For doing videos, fuck no, you're wasting your money. Mind you, I still would like to get a better camera than this, because just because like I want to get an SLR camera, just so that for low lighting it'll look a lot nicer. Okay, let me just try and see if I can screw it in here. That's what she said. Thanks for watching, by the way. Hopefully I can get more people coming on. This is like my first live video. I do vlogs all the time, but it's my personal one. So this is kind of like my setup. See? That's not too difficult. You know, this is what you need to make things work. A good, decent light. And the camera works fine. During the day is perfect, and the tripod is amazing. So this is my setup. That's all it is. So for you beginner urban explorers who are doing videos, that's all you need. And it comes with a nice case, my light and everything, and some filters in here. So I don't know what else to talk about. Do you recommend Canon better? I'm trying to find a good camera as I'm using a Lumix, but it's not the best. Yeah, I know about Lumix a bit, but I always go with Canon because of their reputation. Now, I was a little disappointed when I bought my Canon because I thought it had a couple of extra features in there. But I can actually post in the comments for you this guy that I follow. Actually, just let me take a quick look here. I'll just go to another page on my website and bring it up, and I'll give you his name. Where is he? Where are you? Are you here? Okay, I gotta go through all my recommended videos. Is that what I have to do here? Okay. Just look for Think Media. This guy, he does reviews on everything. Cameras, lights, from the lowest, cheapest to the most high expensive. He also does, well, you know, cameras, digital cameras, recorders, and stuff like that. So I would go check out his channel, and that's because that's how because I'm still new to this too, and I don't know who to ask. So YouTube is kind of like my resource for finding out information, and sometimes you get a lot of crap or not the answers that you're looking for, but this guy actually is pretty good. So I would suggest checking him out, or you know, find somebody that you know who has been in exploring and they know what they're talking about. But like I said, if you're going to do recording, you don't really need the $3,000 or the $6,000 camera, unless, like I said, you know, you're going to do high-end photography and you're doing it for a living. Because from what I see, even YouTubers who are saying, oh well, this camera is so much better quality and stuff like that, well, you're using it for a web and for a website or YouTube channel, and you're kind of bragging about the fact that you can afford this high-end camera, which really doesn't do much better. You're spending a lot of money to get that little better quality. And sometimes it's trial and error. Like, you know, I bought this, it was something cheap, but eventually I will be upgrading. So I don't know when, and then I don't know what, but I do have a wish list that I created, and one of the cameras that I came across, now this is just a suggestion for you, okay? Oh, I hate this. Every time I scroll down to my bottom bar here, my webpage keeps scrolling up. Where is my wish list? Okay, wish list. Let me bring this up here. You still with me now? You still with me? Okay. And a drone, if you can afford a drone, is, again, I don't know if you're just in photography, but a drone is one of the things. So right now I'm looking at the Canon Rebel T5i 700D. Okay, that's the camera that I'm looking at. And the reason why is because a lot of these versions of the cameras that are coming out, even the I think the Lumix, there's problems with the automatic zooming, and you want something that's going to be, you know, able to focus on something quick and capable of focusing on something, and not always blurring out. And this is one of the big problems with a lot of the cameras that I've researched. But for the budget, this one, I think in Canadian dollars or US, you're looking anywhere from $600 to $800. I would assume that you're somewhere in UK, maybe. I'm not sure. But I don't know, where are you from anyway? But this is the camera that I'm looking at right now. And also maybe a GoPro or something like that. That's a little bit more sturdy, because they're good for taking videos. And and another okay, thanks. Enjoying your video, by the way. Keep on going. I want to start doing YouTube videos, but I'm not. So I need. Oh, you're from Northern Ireland. Amazing. I would love to visit Northern Ireland. My wife has practically been around the world, and she's been in Ireland numerous times, because she used to work on cruise ships. So her ships, you know, she would travel a lot, and she's told me a lot of stories. And she said that Ireland is one of her cool places that she wants to go, and I want to go too, because everybody loves to drink beer, I think, in Ireland. No, I like to drink beer. So yeah, thanks for liking my video. I'm going to try to do more of them. I'm going to create a section on my channel here for live streams so that I can just shoot the shit with you guys. I've already been on for like 37 minutes, so I'm probably just babbling on, like the title says. But what I will do is I will let you guys go. I'll update you again when something new comes up. And don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Not that it's going to do very much in terms of anything like monetizing my videos where I'm going to make money, because like I said, YouTube has fucked that up. But the more likes that I get and the more views will actually help me get to that next level with YouTube. Because right now the only way I can even get any monetization is that I have to get over 10,000 views in total on my videos, and then they're going to evaluate my content to see if I'm eligible for anything monetization. Thank you too. So that's it. I'm going to leave it like that. And you know, if anybody else out there is watching my videos and you like my content, I know I'm still a newbie here, but I'm going to be pumping these things out as much as I possibly can. And you can always go to my Patreon. It's in my About page. You can go there. $1 a month will get you a lot. $3 a month will get you even more, and for $20 a month you get everything, plus you get credited on all my videos. That's right, you could become a executive producer for Urb-X-Tv just for $20 a month. But all that money, of course, will go to expenses and travel and far off places. Like maybe if I can go to visit your place, Courtney, in Northern Ireland. That would be great. And then you could show me a couple places there. See, I just love to ramble on. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. Come back again soon. Like and subscribe. I love you all. And don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I have have a Flickr page. All that stuff is in my about page. Go check everything out. And Chowbell. Chowbell, guys.